na there was a moment of realization where I thought, oh, ang galing ko pala mag-isip.
It's so special, you know, they make me more and more special, you know, to be Filipino is something I take so much pride in.
The shocking truth of her return to tennis family in 2026 cheers to the new year. Once again, greetings from Champions Tennis. And what a way to start 2026. Before we dive into the beautiful bombshell that has rocked the tennis world over the past 48 hours, I need to take a moment to celebrate something incredible with all of you. We officially have more than 2,000 subscribers. You heard right. I must express my sincere gratitude to all 2,000 of you wonderful people who have joined our journey. Your choice to start this new year with us means the world to us since we are building something truly special here, brick by brick and match by match. For what reason are you waiting? This season is going to get really crazy, so if you're watching this and haven't hit the subscribe button yet, you won't want to miss a second of what's going to happen. Now tighten your seatbelts because the recent events in Macau have shocked everyone involved in professional tennis, from boardrooms to locker rooms, from Melbourne to Manila. We are talking about a moment so significant that it has shocked observers, shaken athletes, and fully embroiled social media in dispute. This isn't your average tennis story. This is a cultural earthquake. The way she has been treated has embarrassed the entire sport. Give those words some thought. Heavy cutting furiously. But this is what really sets this moment apart. Such remarks weren't made by a hot-take artist on Twitter who was desperate for retweets. They weren't created by a journalist attempting to incite controversy using clickbait. They didn't even start with a passionate fan shouting into the void of the internet. No, those statements were made by Steffi Graf. Yes, that is Golden Slam winner Steffi Graf, the 22-time Grand Slam champion, the woman who personified a whole period of tennis brilliance, and the person who has been known for decades for her infamous inability to cope with controversy, scandal, or the shady politics of the WTA circuit. Steffi Graf does not take speaking up lightly. She doesn't initiate conflict. She is composed, respectful, extremely private, and fiercely protective of her peace. When she grabs the microphone and lets out the kind of wrath we witnessed yesterday following the 2025 MGM Macau Tennis Masters, you can be certain that everyone will pause to listen. Graf did more than just defend 20-year-old Filipino tennis sensation Alexandria during her crushing exhibition loss to Russian rising star Mara Andrea at the Macau Forum. She went to battle for her. She condemned what she perceived to be a serious structural injustice taking place in modern tennis. And she did it with the kind of composed rage that only comes from someone who has witnessed too much, kept quiet for too long, and finally reached a breaking point. As Graf took the microphone and spoke, her voice trembling with hardly contained passion, the reporters in the room fell silent. Like a head mistress confronting a guilty classroom, Graf surveyed the room, asking, "How can people be so cruel as to forsake and insult a young woman who is only 20 years old? Someone who has devoted nearly her whole life to tennis in spite of persistent media pressure and an intensely competitive system that swallows young talent and spits it out without hesitation." There might have been a pin drop. While working on their computers, journalists paused in the middle of their keystrokes. Cameras grew in size. The environment was tense enough to cut with a knife. But Steffi Graf wasn't finished. Not even close. What happened next has dominated every sports article, tennis podcast, and fan group debate for the past 2 days. Graf looked directly at the camera and issued a warning in exactly 12 words. Her expression became so severe that it was almost frightening. 12 carefully selected, devastatingly powerful phrases that caused an unprecedented media frenzy in the history of modern tennis. In 12 words, she proclaimed, "If you break her spirit now, you kill the future of our sport." All that was needed was the ability to silence a press conference with 12 words. 12 words can be used to begin 1,000 idea pieces. 12 words to divide the tennis world into factions and force everyone to take a side. 12 words have prompted locker rooms to buzz, television studios to stampede for hot comments, and social media to entirely lose its collective head. Why did Steffi Graf feel the need to join this flame out of all the people? Why was the notoriously reclusive legend on the verge of collapse? What does this mean for Alex Ella, who is preparing to embark on what is anticipated to be the most scrutinized season of her early career in 2026? To truly understand how severe this issue is, we need to travel back in time and comprehend Alex Ella's recent chaotic, beautiful, violent, and finally triumphant year in order to appreciate why Steffi Graf felt obliged to use her prominent platform to assist a player with whom she has no official affiliation. This young woman's accomplishments over the past 12 months are unquestionably outstanding. And that Graf was highlighting the exact kind of cruelty and forgetfulness that keyboard warriors hiding behind anonymous Twitter avatars have so quickly ignored or dismissed. Following Ella's defeat in Macau, she was subjected to vitriol that was both swift and unfair, expected and disgusting. After losing to Mira Andrea in straight sets in what was, let's face it, an enjoyable but ultimately meaningless exhibition match at the end of a tough season, social media has turned into a toxic wasteland filled with extreme and unfavorable viewpoints. Her mental tenacity, endurance, and ability to compete with the top 10 players were criticized by others who came out of the shadows. They called her a hype job. They claimed that her rating was inflated. They said that she broke under pressure. The older girls shouldn't be on the same court as her. They said it was the kind of ugly, reactive thing that has destroyed promising careers before they could take off. This kind of vicious cycle has left many young athletes heartbroken, bitter, and wondering why they ever bothered to dream in the first place. For that very reason, Steffi Graf intervened. Because everyone hurling stones from the cheap seats seems to have conveniently forgotten what she knows in their eagerness to pronounce judgment. In 2025, Ella was more than just a tennis player. She fundamentally altered the history of tennis in the Philippines. She smashed ceilings that had been in place for decades. She became a symbol of hope for the entire nation. She carried the weight of millions of people. She continued to be strong. Nevertheless, jet lag, homesickness, injuries, bad draws, and the burdensome expectations that come with being a trailblazer were all overcome by her. Nevertheless, she created a season that will be studied and treasured by future generations. The short memory of internet reviewers has to be refreshed. Now, let's reverse the tape. The year that Philippine sports had been looking forward to, hoping for, and praying for finally arrived with the distinctive sound of a tennis ball breaking on the strings of history. In the midst of it all, Alex remained composed, fearless, and peaceful. During a season full of breakthroughs, surprises, and eagerly awaited successes, nothing reverberated more throughout the Philippine archipelago and beyond than the left-hander's amazing journey from tantalizing talent to a serious global competitor. This was not just a personal excursion. Here, there was a movement. This represented a shift in culture. The potential of Filipino athletes on the global stage was rethought. Ella's 2025 campaign was truly outstanding because of the platforms she used to claim them, as well as the milestones she accumulated like rare jewels. Her season was sparked by the Miami Open, one of the biggest and most competitive tennis tournaments. Do you recall Miami? Because I am in agreement with everyone who witnessed what can only be described as a coming-out celebration for the ages. Ella entered as a wild card, a formidable underdog who is thrilled to be competing on the same courts where legends are made and dreams are crushed. She left as a phenomenon, a headline, and a name that every tennis player had to know. Match after match, she methodically demolished pedigree and expectations. Her run of victories forced the tennis establishment to pay attention, sit up, and reconsider how they saw this young Filipina. She played with a fearlessness that belied her age, a mental toughness that left opponents confused, and a tactical sophistication that suggested years of expertise she had not yet accumulated. A game that will be on highlight reels for many years to come marked the end of the streak. A game that will show young athletes that everything is possible if you have self-confidence. An incredible, stunning, and just amazing upset over IG Suede Tech, the world's second-ranked squad. Let me emphasize for those in the back that Alex Ella defeated IGA Sway. The same IG Sway tech has dominated women's tennis with such ruthless efficiency that even seasoned pros weep. The same individual who, like some stamp collectors, gathers titles. This was not a singular occurrence. This did not happen by accident. Ella heated up for 2 hours. However, American and European players have historically dominated this. But rather than taking place on the global stage, this golden year's most emotionally and culturally significant chapter might have happened closer to home. A few weeks ago, Ella carried the weight of history, expectations, and patriotism on her slender shoulders in addition to her form and confidence when she took the court in the Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. It must have been quite intense, almost oppressive. She was no longer just Ella, the WTA professional. She was the Philippines. She was admired by all young Filipino children who had ever used a racket. She was the embodiment of a dream that the entire nation had cultivated for many years. She defeated Manoa Sini of Thailand 16-2 in the championship match, giving the Philippines its first women's singles tennis gold medal in the regional competition in 26 years. 26 years of age. There had never been a Filipino woman at the top of the tennis pedestal for an entire generation. Ella firmly ended that drought, ending her remarkable year with a speech that seemed to be both very personal and highly national. When Steffi Graf stands in front of the world's media and asks why people are treating this young woman so cruelly, she is demanding that we look at this resume, this body of work, this collection of accomplishments, a victory over the world number 2, a breakthrough at the US Open, a WD title, and a gold medal from the Southeast Asian Games. Before she was 21, everything was completed. All of this was packed into one incredible year. Insufficient patience, respect, and the benefit of the doubt following a poor exhibition match are not the only flaws in the system. It is inherently flawed. But this is the part of Ella that her critics greatly misunderstand. She is neither dwelling on the past or running away from the future. While the keyboard warriors write their vehement thoughts and the Twitter trolls sharpen their knives, Ella is already packing her bags, putting on her shoes, and preparing for the next battle. Alexa will start her campaign in the Australia-New Zealand swing as the 2026 season draws near, marking the start of yet another chapter in her amazing rise to the top of the professional ranks. Currently rated 53rd in the WDA, Ella's season will start on January 5th at the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand. And trust me when I say that she won't be able to gradually regain her competitive form during this gentle warm-up. The ASB Classic, a real WA 250 event, is known for its difficult courts that value intelligence and adaptability over strength, as well as its notoriously windy conditions that can make even the most basic ground stroke and adventure difficult. Many well-known and dangerous names are on the entry list, including Ververagua of France, a player with serious weapons and a Grand Slam pedigree, Janice Jin of Indonesia, Panna Audi of Hungary, and the dangerous Lulu Sun of New Zealand, who will have the support of the entire home crowd, creating an atmosphere that can be genuinely intimidating. These adversaries have names. These players have already encountered Ella. Players that are accustomed to her style. Gamers will be watching her behavior and looking for weaknesses to exploit. These are grievances that must be settled. These disputes are simmering beneath the surface. Everyone will be searching for her, without a question. After her stay in Auckland, Yellow will go across the Tasman Sea to Melbourne, Australia, to compete in the prestigious Kwong Classic. For those who are unfamiliar with the history and traditions of the sport, Kwong is a spot full with nostalgia and legacy, serving as the spiritual home of Australian tennis. It is an exhibition competition held prior to the Australian Open each year. But don't let the word exhibition fool you into thinking that players are only going through the motions in a light-hearted setting. Due to the intense heat of January in Melbourne and the elite field that is assembled each year, Kwong is a challenging test of form and fitness. Ella will be joined in the women's division by Daniela Hinova, a ball-striking prodigy and former world number 5. Danovic, who is ranked 69th in the WTA, and Priscilla Honorable, who is rated 98th in the globe, are both tough and constantly